First Eps podcast is back. The age of man is over. The age of First Eps has begun. We watched The Lord of the Rings, The Rings of Power. We're going to talk all about the first episode of this series. My name is Eric, and this is First Eps. What's up, everybody? First Eps podcast is here. We got the power. That was not rehearsed, guys. I don't know if you could tell. That was fresh off the cuff.
How else does that song go?
You nailed it. Specifically, we got the Rings of Power.
Yeah, but we didn't really see any rings in this episode.
No rings in this episode.
No rings at all.
Yeah, not a single one.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll get to that, obviously.
Yeah.
Part of our review.
Just the rings around those little hobbits' eyes.
Wow. Were they hobbits?
From all the meth. Hobbits, it's well known. They're all meth heads.
This is a real brutal
It was.
time.
It was a weird take. A dark take on the Lord of the Rings. But yeah, we watched the first episode of the brand new series, The Rings of Power.
Yes.
Set in the Lord of the Rings world on Amazon Prime.
Yes.
Amazon Prime Video.
Yeah. Not just Amazon Prime. Exactly. That's when you just get things shipped to you for 2 days or less.
Yeah. This is the video version. Also, Amazon Prime Video. We know that that's what I call it because I'm an old man.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, what were you going to say, though? You're going to say something?
What were we talking about with this movie?
We're talking about Lord of the Rings.
No. Yeah. I'm trying to think about, yes, I was excited because I didn't realize right before I left for my vacation that this was coming out very much after, right after the Game of Thrones.
Yeah. Well, I told you during the show last week that we were watching it.
So I thought it was coming out I know it was fall. I thought it was November for some reason.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
And now you're a big fan of the Lord of the Rings, the world. Have you ever read the books?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I never read any of the books.
I was trying to brush up too before, and I don't remember much of it now either. But yes.
And your favorite character, Galadriel.
I didn't.
Correct.
She is by
and
far.
then you were very surprised to see that she is the main character in this series.
She's one of the main people we're seeing. Yeah. Because actually, your wife had mentioned there's Galadriel. I'm like, no, I don't even know if she's in this one.
Yeah, and then she
was. There's a little kid running around. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
So obviously, this is the binge for me. I'm going to tell you right now.
Exactly, right away. Anything with Galadriel in it, binge.
I've been obsessed my entire life. Yeah. So yeah.
There's only points deducted because it's not. Who played her? Kate Blanchett.
Exactly. Yes, that's true.
All right. Well, let's get into the first episode. So now there will be some slight spoilers for episode 1 of The Rings of Power. We're gonna just run through the thing, go over what happened, and then we'll give our take on it afterwards. All right. So it starts off some kids running around and this voiceover. Yeah. And we see their little tiny pointy ears.
Yeah, so we know right away that they're very special, touched children.
Elves, baby.
Running around in long white nighties.
Yes, exactly.
In golden fields.
Yeah, you comment on their outfits regularly throughout the episode, just like, oh, look at this outfit. Look at this outfit. I wish my Elden Ring character had this outfit.
I did. Basically, every look, LEWK, that the elves served, I was here for.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah.
And yeah, right off the bat, we learn it's Galadriel, and she makes this beautiful boat out of paper or something. It turns into a bird.
Yeah. Because they're like, it's gonna sink. She's like, it will not sink. It will glide or something.
Exactly.
And then it morphs as it's in the water, and you see her looking with this eye of I am better than all of you. And then those little ingrates start throwing stones at it.
Douchebags. Yeah, throwing stones at this beautiful thing that she worked so hard on.
Why would you do that?
Yeah. We all thought the elves were all such a peaceful race, too.
I did. And then we know, And then Galadriel goes and jumps on him and starts beating him up.
She does.
But she gets pulled off by her older brother.
Yeah. So this is... so it goes to the next scene, but we still get this voiceover. And I had to write down the quote. It says, "We had no word for death. We thought our joys would be unending." I loved that. I thought that was great. Yeah. And then right away, so it's showing us this huge, golden, tree. And then it starts, it turns from, the whole world is beautiful light to, this darkness starts taking over. And I was like, that was super cool. It really set the tone for what to expect during this series. And then they talk about the war. They went to war in Middle Earth, and it went on for centuries. So, and then after that, they show the battle. Yeah, that was really cool.
It was cool.
I'm like, at that battle, I'm like, okay, I can see why this cost like like $1 billion.
It was just
whatever.
like watching the movies again, like the first 3 movies. It was epic. It was ginormous.
Yeah,
great CGI.
So, you know, in it we see the Galadriel's brother dies, and they start talking about the battle was won, but now there's orcs everywhere, all across Middle Earth, and they're just
raping, pillaging, causing destruction.
Exactly. They're out there fornicating.
Yes.
They're like rabbits, dude.
Exactly.
Just orcs everywhere.
They were. So they needed to quell them. So some of the elves needed to stay, even though they won the major victory against Sauron, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They needed to destroy the rest of his minions.
Yeah, the darkness is out there. So now we're focusing on Sauron, and Galadriel is now hunting him.
Yeah,
she needs
shocked by this.
The storyline of this, about her being out there in the front lines.
I've read a lot about her. Some of the Silmarillion, like which is supposedly like the elves before, and I think before and after the Lord of the Rings, the cycle.
Okay.
And I don't remember her being like a warrior after her brother. I know that I don't know. Well, there's a story that after, like, I know that she warned them about Sauron returning, and they did not heed her call several times. And I know that there's a story that after the Lord of the Rings ended, after the ring was destroyed, that she went and destroyed the Dol Guldur, where Sauron rose in power again. She sensed that he was there in the past, and she went there after the ring fell, or after the ring was destroyed.
Gotcha.
She went there and destroyed it herself. She destroyed the castle.
She's a bad bee.
Yeah. But I don't know. I thought she used magic. But maybe she used a sword because she was kicking the shit out of this thing.
Yeah. There was a lot of times where they just, we're like led to believe, okay, Galadriel is like the best of them.
Yeah.
So right away in this scene, when she's out hunting Sauron, they're climbing this like just ice, this wall of ice, and she's just like leagues ahead and just like jumping around. And everybody's
she gets up there, she's like fixing her hair in the wind, and they're still trying to get up there. Yeah. Yeah.
And they find this giant evil castle.
Yeah. Terrible. I think that was Dol Guldur. I think that was
okay.
It. Yeah.
I don't know what word you're saying, but I like it. Doggy door.
I think it's like DOL-GOL DOR or
so
something.
Many G's and D's.
Dol Guldur. I mean, someone might know how to pronounce it more than me. I'm just going to start saying these words.
Yeah.
We're just going to smile and nod and say correct.
Yeah, doggy door.
Exactly.
But in this castle, they find a bunch of evil shit.
Yeah.
But the big thing, a fucking snow troll comes after them.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was really cool.
Throwing them around. They were like all these. Yeah.
Beats up an entire little army of soldiers.
Yeah.
And then all it takes is Galadriel runs out there.
I think somebody puts a sword out and she jumps on the sword, like jumps into the air.
All right, let's do the thing we do. So he puts the sword and she jumps down. And she destroys it single-handedly.
Yeah.
No magic.
No magic. Yeah.
Just her swords.
Yeah.
Swordsmanship.
I mean, maybe there's some magic in that sword. I'm not really sure, but yeah.
But after that, her men are fed up. They're like, we want to go home, dude. We're sick of hunting Sauron, because she wants to keep going.
Yep. So in there, after they defeated him, they saw that there's a sigil, and it's a sigil of Sauron she found, and this was in a temple, or that Dol Guldur that they never thought they'd find. It was told it was not there. She's like, it's here. I know it's here, and they found it, but they didn't find him.
Right.
So she wanted to keep searching. They're like, no, we found this. Maybe there's something to it, but we got to go home. We're done with this.
We're out, dude. We're sick of this shit.
So mutiny.
Yeah, basically. So next scene, we see like these two moose men. I don't know. It was a weird choice.
I did not want that outfit for Elden Ring.
Okay.
No.
It was just like two dudes like just wearing giant moose antlers. Like they looked like wings.
And then we never saw them for the rest of the episode. I don't know who they
were. Yes.
Like outsiders supposedly, right? Is that what they were?
Exactly. Well, because then we see like the fucking Wizard of Oz munchkins.
I was just gonna say
popping out everywhere.
What is that, son?
Yeah.
We're late for a very important date.
No, that's different. The Munchkins.
Yeah,
I don't know.
We represent the Lollipop Kids.
That's different. Those are different ones too. But yes, same movie.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, so then I guess these are the Hobbitses.
Yeah, that's what they look like.
But yeah, it was really cool. Like it was just a hidden open field,
cool.
and they were just like hiding.
And it turned out the field was them. Like there was like houses in there and stuff, and they all kind of came out and out of the trees. It was cool.
Yeah, and all of a sudden there's like a bustling market.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was really well done. And then they're out. The hobbits are out. They come across a wolf. So
which is not really a wolf. It was something else.
It was some sort of creature.
Yeah.
But they called it a wolf.
Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, am I hearing that correctly? But it was a wolf. Okay.
So I think what we're getting, led to believe is that there's like this darkness that's kind of like seeping into normal lives. They're seeing wolves and hunters and all this shit.
But meanwhile, But there's the general sentiment is that there's no more evil. That the elves have cleaned them all out. Although some, again, like Galadriel, believe that's not true.
Exactly. But. So that take us to the capital of the High Elves.
Oh my gosh!
And
how gorgeous was that?
Oh, it was amazing. It was a really cool spot. Yeah. Everything about the scenery and the worlds in this show was amazing. Yeah. It was every shot, every CGI thing was so beautiful and breathtaking. That was very well done. Yeah. But this place was awesome. We meet Elrond, and so him and Galadriel are talking, and there's a ceremony for the soldiers that were out with Galadriel, and the king is there, and he declares, basically like evil is done, the war is over.
Gal Gadot.
Yeah, Gal Gadot is there.
Something like Gal Gadot.
She's there, and she's like, "You're good."
She's there.
Wonder Woman.
Yep.
Gives her thanks.
But Galadriel's not interested in what Wonder Woman has to say. She begrudgingly.
She wants to keep hunting. So she was given the gift of, a cruise. So she got an all expenses paid trip to somewhere. Heaven.
Pretty much.
And she's like, nah, I kind of want to go hunt Sauron some more.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens soon after that. Next, we go back, we're our first introduction to the realm of man.
Right.
And we see these like elf police. I don't know what those guys were.
Yeah.
Find out that they're like soldiers for the elves.
Yeah.
And they're trying to figure out, just basically just making sure there's no darkness. Yeah. No evil out there.
That they were kind of, most of the people saw them as protectors, I believe. But then we learned that they also are to protect the elves and the rest of society from these men that might be corrupted still too. Because I guess at the one point in time, which I don't remember either, they sided with the wrong side.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So people weren't too fan of that, but there was a like an illicit love affair between the one elf and one of the
a healer woman or something.
Yeah. So he's there, talking to her, and then this dude brings like this sick cow that's like squirting black goo out of its udders. Yeah. And we're like, okay, shit's going down.
It's going down.
Once there's black goo coming out of a cow,
I'm there. I want to see what happens, and I'm ready to get to the next scene. Yeah.
And then, so they go to try to figure out why this cow has black goo.
Let's go. It was over on them down hills, and they ran over the hills.
They ran over the hills, and this other kid's like, "Yo, check this shit out." Yeah. And he goes,
"I didn't quite get what was happening here."
No, me neither. And it was a coincidence that we'll get to it. Yeah. So they find this. This kid finds this. It's like a hilt of a sword, maybe Sauron's sword. It has his mark on it.
We saw a sigil again. Yeah.
And then a kid gets cut from it, and then but later on, then right after that, there's like a meteor flying through the sky. Was that coincidence that happened at the same time, or did this awaken something?
Right. Quite possibly. I don't know. Actually, I do not know.
We go back now. We're seeing Galadriel. She's with the elves on this ship in the Sundering Seas.
Oh my gosh, yes. And the sky is like opening up and like rays of heavenly light. There are birds with like brilliant white wings just coming out and flying around them.
Yeah, it was beautiful. This whole scene again was like amazing. It was like it was beautiful lights and like those bird phoenix things and this intense music. But then they cut back, and I thought this part was really interesting. They cut back to the High Elves, and the king is saying that basically, he knows Galadriel's right. Evil's not over, but he said that her kind of constantly digging and putting her nose in it could bring it back quicker and worse.
Right.
And I was like, oh,
now he didn't tell that to her.
No, he was talking to Elrond at this point.
Right.
And I thought that was interesting that, it was her trying to stop it. She might be the cause of it.
It's interesting, too, because Elrond did say that he had, what did he say? Like a whisper of a something or other. He will do everything he can to stop it. When Galadriel, when he was trying to convince Galadriel to go to across the sea, and she's like, I'm not ready. And he's like, listen, I will take up pretty much your mantle if it turns out that there's even a whisper of evil still in this world. Yep. So I don't know how that's going to proceed, but I thought that was kind of interesting too.
Yeah. So during this part, when there's this like, this beautiful light and on this ship to heaven or whatever the hell it is, we're seeing this
whatever the hell
is heaven. We're seeing this meteor flying through the sky. It flies over the elves and it flies over the realm of man and the hobbits.
Yep.
And then it lands in the hobbits.
Yeah.
Hobbits land.
Yeah.
And there's just like it's like a naked bearded man in the middle of it.
Yeah. Remind me of Loki.
Yeah, it was weird. He was just like curled up like the Terminator nude position.
Yes.
But he's got a wispy beard and and then we also see Galadriel
at the same moment, kind of.
Yeah. Decides, not going to heaven.
She grabs a sword and she jumps off the ship.
Like, it kind of reminded me of like those cults that like they all have like the suicide pact together, and then like the one person who's like going to drink the Kool-Aid and is like
exactly.
So she was like that, but she jumps off the boat.
Yeah.
But now she's just floating in the middle of the ocean somewhere.
I know. I was like, oh, shit. I don't know. You didn't think that? Well, we'll see. I mean, obviously, we know that she lives another 1,000 or 2 years.
Yes, exactly.
So she's going to get away from there. But yeah.
And then also at the same time, the king of the elves sees a leaf and it's got like this black goo on it. So shit is going down.
Mm-hmm.
That was episode 1.
Yeah.
It's setting it up beautifully.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think we all thought afterwards, like it was over an hour long, and we're like, oh, that was it?
I'm surprised. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it would.
I mean, it was so well done that it felt like a movie. So I feel like it
should have been movie length.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And there wasn't a ton of like, when I saw it was 66 minutes, I think, I thought it was going to be like a lot of like exposition and setting up like this world with like, dialogue and learning the characters and stuff. And we got all that, but it didn't feel boring or long.
Exactly.
We learned about all these characters, all these different types of people.
Yep.
Because there was, always the scenes in the movies, the Lord of the Rings movies, where there always was that voiceover kind of explaining everything.
Right.
Because there's so many moving parts.
Right. Yeah.
So I thought it was going to be a lot of that, which it wasn't. There was some action. We got to learn about a ton of stuff. And then, this big cliffhanger ending with who's this meteor guy and what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
So, very cool show. So it's going to be 8 episodes. The first 2 are available now.
Okay.
Maybe I don't know when.
No, I think it was the first 2. It was just 2 so far. Yeah.
I was gonna say maybe there's another one that's out, but I don't know when it airs. But anyways, beautiful show. But I think you have an idea of what our rating's going to be. But before we get into that, I thought, we've been kicking around the idea of, just having a little fun time here on First Eps.
Yeah. I think we need that. Yeah. We've got some reviews saying we need to have more fun. We're too serious.
Yeah, we're too serious. We're too like stone-faced and just really analytical.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, we say fuck that.
Yeah, we do.
We're here. We're gonna have some fun.
Yeah.
So first of all, we've done it before.
We have.
But I want to do more of a who would win Lord of the Rings edition.
These are divisive now. Audience members are often disagree with us on this.
Yes, and their opinion doesn't matter. It really is just it's what we say goes.
Yeah.
And that's it.
Yeah. I mean, if you want to do your own podcast, that's fine.
Exactly.
Send
us a DM. Let us know why you think that way. And maybe we'll think it over. But most of the time, we're going to say, hit the bricks.
Exactly. Yeah.
All right. Let's get into it. Who would win? Let's kick things off right away.
Okay.
Galadriel versus Wonder Woman.
I like how good
she's there.
Is this fully optimized?
Now, Galadriel, as you know her, as you're familiar with her, maybe from the movies. Actually, no, let's start with this one. What we know, episode 1, Rings of Power, Galadriel versus Wonder Woman.
So, I don't know. I think that Wonder Woman would ultimately win.
Yeah.
Because I think that Galadriel, though, would figure out a way to save herself because she's so brilliantly intelligent in this. That's supposedly her character is like the smartest person
in the world.
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
And she also can read minds and sway things. So
this smart person is now floating in the ocean with no boat.
Which is why I'm thinking, Lasso of Truth, Invisible Jet. She may have the advantage.
That's true. Now, what about super powered Galadriel, like Lord of the Rings, like Kate Blanchett.
Yeah. When she's going down there and destroying Dol Guldur in the future.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, I'm gonna have to go to my girl Galadriel. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I feel like she could just overwhelm her.
I think I'm in agreement with you on both of them because we don't know the extent of Galadriel's powers.
Yeah.
You know, right now, Wonder Woman will destroy her easily, I think.
Yeah. I mean,
she's
I
got
do
those
think,
bracers.
exactly.
Bing, 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 bing.
I was going to say, because she'll be jumping all around her with the sword,
Yeah.
right? But then we've got the bracers.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
What about the age-old question? And we've talked about this before.
Yeah.
Gandalf versus Dumbledore.
So who would win in a fight, huh? They're fighting together for some reason?
Yeah, it's a battle.
Okay.
I mean, we could do like looks after.
Okay.
Let's just go right with the battle and who would win in a fight. Now, I'm saying Dumbledore.
You think Dumbledore? Okay.
Yeah, because I'm familiar. So in the movies, Lord of the Rings movies, Gandalf does one magic trick.
Yeah.
And he lights up the end of his staff.
Yeah.
That's it.
But he fights with a sword, and Dumbledore doesn't.
Dumbledore can do like Crucio curses.
But he won't do that.
Avada Kedavra.
He could. I don't know. Maybe. So we don't know the extent of Gandalf's powers because that's not what he's there for.
Yeah. He did like, I don't know. He rode that Balrog.
Exactly. Well, that was with the sword though too. I don't know. We'll give it to Dumbledore. I'm fine with that. Because again, a lot like I just know in the Tolkien universe, the most powerful people do not use their power. It's the more traditional people that use their powers for the most part.
That sounds like a cop-out to me.
It's building up the other people.
I want to see the greatest sorcerer of all time use some powers maybe once in a while.
Well, he wasn't the greatest.
Oh.
Yeah.
Who was the greatest?
Saruman.
Saruman was the greatest.
Yeah.
And then we were talking about, so then there was Radagast, was that little like the brown wizard, and then Saruman.
Yep, he was the white. And then there were two other ones. I was just looking that up too again. They called them the blue ones, and they went to the south, I believe.
We don't know anything about them.
And that's what, speaking of that, I'm wondering if we're going to see them in this. I'm kind of excited to see if we'll learn them, because they do come at a certain point in time quite a bit away from the, they come much earlier than the Lord of the Rings trilogy that we all know. So they might come.
So they were written about in the books. We learn more about the blue in the book.
You just learned that there are 5. They call them Maya that come over to help out when Saruman was seen as being back alive again. So basically, the Maya are like angels in a way.
Gotcha.
So it's like the gods, the Valor, I think they're called, send them like their angels to kind of come and help the elves and the men to try to fight back against this evil.
All right. That sounds cool.
I don't know. I mean, that'd be really cool if we see like if that heaven opens up again, all of a sudden they come out.
Yeah, they just come. Maybe
tumbling out.
That's what the meteor guy is.
Maybe it's. I guess that was
could be him sent from the heavens.
That could be Gandalf. Young Newt Gandalf,
or one of the other ones.
That's true. Maybe it was an omen of. Although it did not look like an omen of good, but maybe it is.
Yeah, it didn't look like beautiful, like heavens shooting down.
No,
like an angel,
like a hellfire kind of shot up there. Yeah, but maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, next up, Gollum versus a gremlin from the movie Gremlins.
Ooh.
Like,
is it just one gremlin versus
just
Gollum?
one gremlin? Like, let's say like. What was the one? Spike. He was like the main player.
Yeah. How much did they feed him after dark? Isn't that?
Yeah.
Isn't that what it did? You give him candy after dark?
Well, yeah. So if the Mogwai gets wet, they multiply, and if they get fed after midnight, they turn into gremlins.
Mm-hmm. So they were fed quite a bit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the gremlin.
Yeah, I agree. Gollum really never impressed me much.
He's just kind of creepy.
Yeah, right? He bit off Elijah Wood's finger.
That's true.
But other than that, and then he like sung about fishies or whatever.
Was he agile? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I feel like
he did like. I mean, he like was on all fours a lot.
Yeah.
So
yeah. That's a tough one. That's a real bloody battle. I don't know who's gonna win that one.
I'm going with a gremlin. Just because they have like claws and fangs.
They're like little Wolverines.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got a lot of fight in them.
It might be like based on the terrain. Like, so if it's set in like maybe the Lord of the Rings world, maybe Gollum gets the
Does Gollum
victory.
have the ring?
No.
No precious. Okay.
No precious. All right, next up, Elijah Wood Frodo versus Martin Freeman's Bilbo from the Hobbit movies.
Oh, God.
Both the worst characters in the entire series.
Whiny, yeah.
I never liked any of the scenes with the Hobbits.
The Hobbitses?
In either the Hobbit movie or the Lord of the Rings
if these
movie.
were technically Hobbits, I like them much better in this group.
Yeah, they're not as like, I don't know.
But these ones are hiding more. I don't know. They're a little different. So I don't know if this is like their kin from back before the day. I don't know.
Maybe this is how they were written, and this is closer to the source material.
Yeah.
Like if they were.
This is like 1,000 years or 2,000 years before that. So
that's
like,
a good point.
Yeah.
Well, they do talk about how like they are like because those moose men were like hunters, and that, like they just don't associate with any outsiders. So
Got
it's
like
it.
Okay.
But yeah, so you've got Elijah Wood. He doesn't have the ring. He's just like him and Samwise are just hanging out, drinking. They come in pints, drinking a pint, and then Martin Freeman over here, he's like mumbling.
I'm gonna go with Bilbo.
Yeah,
yeah,
Bilbo, the OG dude.
Yeah,
no one likes Elijah Wood.
No, I mean, I think he's fine.
Yeah, no.
I mean, because Bilbo had that, that very rare trait, again, like one of the characters in this one was exhibiting, where he wanted to leave and see things and do and experience more and write it down and had that thirst for adventure. Whereas, what's his name? Frodo, yes, did not. He was just kind of more saddled with it and had to do it.
Exactly. That's a good point. Yeah. Bilbo's a little more adventurous.
Yeah.
Frodo, if he has got Samwise in his corner, maybe.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. All right. Well, that is it.
That's it. All right.
That is. Yeah. Who would win Lord of the Rings edition?
Wow.
Now, if you got any, like I said, if you got any, issues with that, let us know. And
talk to our manager.
Yeah, maybe we'll take it into consideration. All right. Another game we talked about playing once before. This is a game that we used to play a lot.
Yeah.
Never on
live.
Never on anything. So, and sometimes it goes 10 minutes. Sometimes it goes 30 seconds. And, if it sucks, I'm just going to cut it.
Yeah.
So, we'll see.
All right. Okay.
All right. It's a game called What Am I Thinking?
What Am I Thinking? Right.
And it's a game that I stole from another podcast called Comedy Bang Bang.
Yeah.
Where they do it. And, it's been called many things.
Yeah.
It's
been called.
What Am I Thinking? It's Lord of the Rings edition.
Okay. All right.
So now we can't say either Lord of the Rings or the Rings of Power. That can't be an answer.
So we can't use rings at all in any of our things. Okay.
Right. No using rings. Okay. So we're going to each say a word, any word that comes to our mind. And let's start. Our first word should be something associated with the show we just watched.
Yep. I'm fine with that. I got a word already.
All right.
Not you said. Not Lord of the Rings or Rings of Power.
Okay. And not Galadriel.
No.
Okay, good. I was certain that was going to be it. All right. Okay, and then we do a 3, 2, 1, and then we both say our word, and then we try to find a commonality between those words and use our psychic powers to say the same word.
Yes.
All right, you ready?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
All right. 3, 2, 1. Hobbits. Okay, Hobbits, elf. All right. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Middle Earth. Okay. Middle Earth, Gandalf. Okay. Ready? 3, 2, 1. Wizard. Yes! That's how you play.
That's how it's done.
What am I thinking? Lord of the Rings edition. That worked really well.
That was good.
Yeah. We got there. It helped that we said that we started by saying something from this world.
Mm-hmm.
Most of the time it's just like saying anything. Let's try another one where we just
show an example of anything.
Yeah, we say anything. Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. Me too. Okay.
3, 2, 1. Flamingo. Okay. Flamingo and pumpkin. Okay, I'm ready.
Okay. We are. Okay. Okay.
Ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1. Colorful. Life. Colorful and life.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Colorful and life. All right. I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Cereal. Oh, gay and cereal. That was a good one. Should have thought of that. Gay. Okay, gay and cereal. All right, I'm ready.
Okay.
3, 2, 1. Lucky Charms. There it is, folks.
And that's how you play.
All right. That was fun. That was good. That was a good. I think maybe 5, 6
I think
rounds.
5.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, it was pretty good actually.
All right, we'll have to put that down. We'll keep track of our record for next time. All right, let's get back to the Rings of Power. Let's give our quick review here. For me, absolute binge.
Mm-hmm.
I want to know what love is.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I've got my love, and she is right there. About 3/4 of that time we see her.
How crazy is it that she is the main character of it?
Yeah, I honestly thought, because I always think.
What did you think it was going to be about?
Men.
Okay.
I really did, because I just assumed that the elves have always been kind of like this side group, right?
Yep.
That's beautiful. You want to know more about them, but they're elusive, right? They've always been. I mean, and I think that's kind of what the trilogy kind of set them up as, right? As being people that we didn't really know, because we all came from the point of view of men, so we didn't really know what they did or where they were, but we wanted to trust them, but they were scary to us.
Yeah. They didn't meddle into the affairs of other people, too. Yeah.
So I didn't anticipate them being, for some reason, I thought, I knew they'd be part of it, but I didn't know. This seems so part of it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It was very cool to see that. Hopefully, we'll see a little, magics. I always like a little bit of magics.
Yeah.
But like you said, there wasn't much in the Lord of the Rings stuff, but it was always cool when you did see, not even it doesn't have to be spells or stuff like that even, but more like those magical creatures or things in that that
are. Well, that's what I was looking into too. I know, speaking of just Galadriel, that there's in one of her histories, she worked with another Maya that was not one of the wizards, but a different one who had song magics and can weave songs and spells work with music.
Maya Angelou.
Exactly. And I was I wonder, I don't know when that occurred, when she learned, but it would be really cool. That's kind of what we see is Galadriel growing as not just a warrior, but trying to become more aware of things. So maybe we'll see her progressing with kind of spell work or other things. I have no idea what we're going to see.
Who is in the movie the warrior woman?
Yes.
What was her name?
Yeah, she and the Rowan. She was a horseback rider from Rowan. Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now.
Galadriel reminded me a lot of her in this.
Yes,
but she was from the realm of men.
Yep,
just a normal person.
Yep,
not a sweet ass kicking you off.
Yeah. She had normal ears, which are fine, but
Yeah, not cool. All right, but you're a binge on this one.
Total binge. Sorry, absolutely. I was so excited just thinking about it.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely go check out this show. The first 2 episodes are available now. I'd say, if you're a fan of fantasy, if you're a fan of Lord of the Rings, you're already watching this show.
Yeah.
But I think that it's not even too. I mean, it's very fantastical.
It is,
but I don't think it's I think someone that's not usually a fan of that could even get into this.
It does. I do feel it has the potential to be a Game of Thrones-esque. I really do, because of how it's put together. I mean, and when those movies came out, they hit the gestalt, right? They didn't just hit people who were big fantasy. Those were some of the highest grossing films of their time.
Those movies helped get me more into fantasy, quite honestly. So I don't think there wasn't much before that, really.
Right. Yeah.
Willow.
Yeah, which was totally, very different feel. But this has this range of human emotions that you even just see anyway, right? And it just captures you.
Yeah, so definitely check out the show. Let us know what you thought of the Rings of Power. And let's get some Rings of Power in this. I want to see some rings.
That sword we found has something to do with that, too.
Absolutely.
So we'll see what happens.
We're going to see something there. But, all right, thanks so much for checking out this episode of First Eps. Check us out on our YouTube channel, Pop Culture Playground. You can watch the video of this show, or if you want to keep listening, we're on podcasts everywhere. And if you're getting it from Apple Music or Spotify, you can leave a 5-star review there. That would boost us up the charts, gets us in the homes. And then also our socials. We're on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
We've got a newsletter.
Yep. Keeps trying to get onto
your mailbox.
Keeps trying to get onto that Trump truth.
Truth. Yeah, we've got our application in for truth.com.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
We'll see you there. But that. Did I get everything?
Oh yeah, that and more.
All right. Again, thank you so much. We'll see you next week with more First Eps.
Bye.
We got the power. We got the power.